All right, now the Nuggets game against the Sacramento Kings, probably the most embarrassing loss of the year for the Nuggets. Very frustrating game to watch as a Nuggets fan. The Nuggets lost to the Kings 122 to 102. We fell to 20 and 15 with this loss and 5 and 12 on the road. Just a pathetic effort. I mean, to lose to the worst team, an absolutely terrible team in the Sacramento Kings by 20 on the road. That's embarrassing in its own right. We are a solid team, and we are talented enough where we should be beating the Kings by 20. I mean, this is a team that at this time we had played, only a week or so ago, and we beat them by 18 on our home floor or something like that, 16 18 points, and then we go into their building and we lose to them by 20. Just a terrible, terrible outing for the Nuggets, a pathetic performance, and to lose to the worst team in the NBA by 20 is just so embarrassing. Nuggets shot 51% from the field, 25% from the three-point line, and 87% from the free throw line. Shot well from the field, shot very well from the free throw line, but could just not connect from the three-point line. Kings, on the other hand, they shot great all over the board. 56% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, 83% from the free throw line. Our defense was terrible in this game. Just made it real easy for the Kings. They had a lot of open looks, especially from that three-point line, and they took advantage of that. However, the Nuggets did a couple good things in this game. We did have 15 fast break points. I thought we did a good job once again of getting out in transition and running our transition offense, getting easy layups and dunks out on the break. We only allowed 7 offensive rebounds from the Kings. I thought we did a good job in our box outs this game for the most part. Definitely coming off a terrible rebounding game against the Clippers where we allowed 19 offensive rebounds to them and 57 rebounds as a whole. To only allow 7 rebounds to the Kings, that was a much better job there, and we showed some improvement with our effort and energy on the glass and did a good job in our box outs. And we had 42 points in the paint. I thought we did a good job of attacking the whole night offensively. Did a good job of getting into that painted area and getting easy layups and dunks, getting easy looks at the rim. I thought we did a good job of that. However, we did a lot of bad things in this game. First and foremost, allowing 122 points, terrible defensive outing. I mean, just pathetic execution defensively. The Kings, as a team, they only average like 95 points per game. So to give up 122 points to them, just a terrible defensive outing. And I've said it numerous times. The Nuggets are one of the most inconsistent defensive teams in the NBA. And until the Nuggets have a consistent commitment to being a sound defensive team, we're never going to be one of those elite teams in the NBA or Western Conference. We got the talent to be a very good team, but we don't have enough guys that want to play defense, and we don't execute well enough on the defensive end, and we allow teams like the Kings, the worst team in the NBA, who only averages 95 or so points per game, to put 122 on us. That's obviously a problem. We're outscored 40-28 in the second quarter and 31-21 in the fourth quarter. Made a nice run there in that third quarter. We actually had the game tied, but then going into the fourth quarter, the Kings went on like a 9-0 run and took a 10-point lead in that quarter. Team that only averages 95, 96 points per game, to give up 31 points to them in the fourth quarter and 40 points in any quarter that we gave up to them in the second quarter. That's pathetic. That's just a terrible job of executing defensively. And like I said, the Nuggets just don't have that consistent enough commitment as a team to be a good defensive team, to be any type of an elite team to compete with teams like the Lakers or the Spurs come playoff time, even the Mavericks. That's something the Nuggets desperately need to get a commitment from everybody, the 12 to 15 guys on our team. And until we do that, we're always going to be this talented team that can't get over the hump. So that's something that desperately needs to improve. And just the rotations in this game were not good. They were late getting over all the time. I mean, the Kings got so many open looks in this game. Something we got to improve. Only 12 assists as a team. I mean, played very selfishly offensively, did the Nuggets. Did not utilize any ball movement whatsoever. Like I said, only 12 assists. Not a good job there. Played selfish offensively. Had 23 turnovers. Terrible job of taking care of the ball. Once again, reoccurring problem for the Nuggets. That's something that we've done on a very consistent high rate this year, is turning the ball over, and that's not a good thing. That's something that we need to start shoring up and sharing the ball better, more consistently. We're a team, when we get 20-plus assists a game, we're tough to stop offensively, and 23 turnovers is not acceptable. I mean, you're giving a bad team a lot of chances to win the game, and we did that with those 23 turnovers. Allowed 46 points in the paint. Once again, weak interior defense. Allowed guys like DeMarcus Cousins, even Tyreek Evans, to get to the basket too easy. Kings had a lot of easy looks in the paint, and did a good job getting in the painted area. Something we got to improve. And the Kings had 27 fast break points, and mainly those came on and came off of those 23 turnovers. That's something that needs to improve by the Nuggets. You can't give a bad team 27 fast break points and commit 23 turnovers and give them that much chances, and we did that. I mean, we allowed the Kings to outrun us. Our transition defense was terrible. We did not get back, and like I said, giving up 27 fast break points. Just a terrible job in that aspect. Individual numbers here, Carmelo led the way. He had 26 points, 4 rebounds, shot 9 of 17 from the field, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. I thought overall it was a pretty solid game for Carmelo offensively. He shot well. Once again, hit that mid-range jumper of his, that 18-foot jumper consistently. Was 8 of 10 from the free throw line. I thought he did a solid job of getting to the line. Was being aggressive offensively. Really got hot there in that third quarter. Hit like 5 or 6 shots in a row. Did a phenomenal job there, but did a terrible job on the glass. Only 4 rebounds for Melo. Don't like seeing that. Obviously, that's got to be a more consistent thing for Melo, is to get 8 to 10 rebounds a game, which I think he's done pretty well this year. And defensively, I thought it was a bad outing for Melo. He's one of those guys that he wants to score. He wants to be a scorer. He wants to rebound, but he doesn't have a commitment to defense. That's kind of what separates Carmelo from being one of the best players, period, in the NBA. I think he is one of the best, but he's not LeBron James. And the thing that separates him from a guy like LeBron James or even a Dwayne Wade or Kobe Bryant is his lack of consistency in his passing game and in his defense. I thought his defense was not good once again in this game, but I thought he had a great third quarter, and I thought he shot the ball well for the most part and did a good job of getting to the free throw line. Nene had a solid game, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks for Nene. Had 17 points on 9 shots. Once again, my main problem with Nene is he just does not demand the ball enough in the post. He's taken 9 shots and he's getting 17 points. Now imagine if Nene took 13 to 15 shots a game. He could literally average 22, 23 points per game. I thought he did a good job on the glass. He had 3 blocks, and that third quarter was huge for us defensively, which led that big run for us and actually eliminated that big lead the Kings had and where we tied the game. Nene was huge in that run and did a great job of being a defensive force and had those 3 blocks in that quarter. Got to the free throw line 6 times, made 5 of them. Just like to see Nene be more assertive offensively in the second half. It's one of those things with Nene. He's great in the first quarter, great in the first half offensively. He's very aggressive, does a great job of rebounding, but then in the second half kind of fades away. So that's something Nene desperately needs to improve on is being more consistent through 4 quarters of basketball with his offensive game. I thought he had a pretty good job rebounding in this game. Chauncey had 16 points, shot 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 4 from the 3-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Solid night of shooting the ball for Chauncey. Didn't get to the free throw line as much as he usually does. I didn't think he was as aggressive offensively in this game as he has been all year. He didn't attack that much. Like I said, he had a couple iffy shot selections in this game, especially he took a couple quick threes in transition, which I didn't like, and Chauncey tends to do that. But for the most part, he shot the ball well, just wasn't as aggressive offensively. Like I said, the lack of ball movement, he really didn't pass the ball that much. No one really did in this game, and that obviously hurt our offense. Wild card player for the Nuggets, Al Harrington. He had 15 points, 2 rebounds, went 5-11 from the field, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Gave us a solid lift off the bench. Like to see Al be better on the glass and get more rebounds. I thought he did a decent job of shooting the ball. I thought he did a good job attacking the basket. Was 3 of 7 from the 3-point line. I've said it before. I don't like when Al Harrington takes that many threes, but he did hit about half of them, which is good to see. And I'd like to see Al Harrington, like I said, be more aggressive offensively. Only got to the free throw line twice. I'd like to see him get there a little more often and do a better job of being a more consistent rebounder. For the Kings, Tyreke Evans had a huge game, 27 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds for him. Had a double-double, was 11-18 from the field, 5-5 from the free throw line. Made it too easy for him. Aflalo, who did a phenomenal job against Tyreke Evans the first time he played the Kings this year. Once again, just defense was kind of lacking on Tyreke Evans from a standpoint of as a team. Just let him, get too many open lanes and get to that rim. And I think J.R. Smith and Aflalo's defense wasn't great on him. He did a good job of sharing the ball, had 12 assists to go along with his 27 points. He shot well and just made it too easy for Tyreke Evans offensively. He's a very good offensive player. And just he got to the rim too easy, got a lot of easy layups, did a good job of hitting that mid-range jump shot of his because we left him open a couple times, and that was due to the lack of rotations, and you can't allow Tyreke Evans to go off like that and expect to win. I mean, especially with the way our defense played in this game. So that's something that definitely hurt us in this game, is allowing Tyreke Evans to get so many easy shots, and that led to him having 27 points, and then he did a pretty good job of passing the ball, 12 assists for him as well. DeMarcus Cousins had a good game, 20 points, 6 rebounds for him, 7 of 12 from the field, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Once again, made it too easy for him. He did a great job of getting in the post and kind of bullying Nene down in there, especially in that second quarter, and did a good job of just getting easy looks at the rim, getting deep into our interior defense, which has been somewhat weak all year. And it did a good job of getting easy layups and dunks at the rim. Did a good job of getting the free throw line. It accentuated some calls. Had a couple nice acting jobs. Did DeMarcus Cousins, but he had 20 points. I mean, he's very productive and did a great job of getting deep into the teeth of our defense and in our interior defense, and get into that painted area and making and creating easy shots for himself. Bino Udrith had a good game as well. He had 17 points, shot 4-10 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. Didn't shoot particularly well, but got to the free throw line a lot. Was 8-8 from the free throw line, left him open on a couple jump shots, and you can't do that, and you can't give up 17 points to a guy like Bino Udrith, who's a solid point guard at best. So that definitely hurt us as well. Just made a lot of good players look. Made a lot of average players look really good in this game. And the wild card players off the bench, I thought Omri Caspi and Carl Landry had a good game. They both combined for 27 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. They definitely hurt us as well. Caspi had a couple big threes. Landry had a couple and ones in this game. He got to the free throw line a couple times, and they both did a good job on the glass. And gave the Kings a lift off the bench, and that hurt us. Just an embarrassing loss. You made a bad team look good, and to lose by the Kings by 20, that's embarrassing. It was very, very pathetic performance by the Nuggets, and a game that is just embarrassing. And it was frustrating to watch as a Nuggets fan, to see us do so many things wrong and give a bad team so many opportunities, and lose a game on the road and lose to a team on the road that we should have crushed. I mean, they are the worst team in the NBA for a reason, and this was definitely embarrassing. But give the Kings props. They played well and got a big win for them at home, and the Nuggets fell to 20-15 with this loss.